Okay, now this is the question that I think a lot of you guys want us to discuss. Omar sends $5. Apparently, AEW will be releasing the actual footage of the Punk Jungle Boy Wembley altercation on Dynamite this Wednesday. This was, of course, announced on Collision today. And the talk of the car, I suppose, as we were driving back home, the Young Bucks to present backstage footage from AEW All In on the April 10th edition of Dynamite this coming Wednesday. This is a graphic that was shown and sent out at this point. So since this has come out, we've had reports from Sean Ross Sapp, who has, at least through his sources, indicated that this is very likely not just a troll job, but something that they will actually deliver. What are your thoughts?
Well, I try to be open-minded until I see something actually presented. I look at this, I just don't know how this is. It's an extremely questionable promotional tactic that, to me, they're coming off too. I mean, you can look at it in the sense of like their cable ranking, that is a respectable finish, but these are two bad numbers by Dynamite standards that they're coming off of. And
is that any excuse? Like I mean, yeah, I don't know.
If you're just like, is this anything more than the total definition of hot-shotting something that to spike a number for a week?
Yeah.
That to me is this never-ending cloud that is CM Punk over this company, that, you know, he does this interview and it's back into full view. And now you can look at last week as AEW were the bystanders as Punk does this interview, and you're trashed in the process and you're collateral damage because Punk did the interview you knew he was going to do at some point. This is, you are actively courting this now, and this is however they want to view it as. I just feel it is now you are putting, it's like I'm watching AEW and you're telling me CM Punk is still the main character of our show, but he's not part of our show anymore. He's part of the other company, and we just cannot get away from this guy. And one of the first things I thought of was Adam Copeland's speech at the beginning of Wednesday, and how you would feel the next week we're doing this. That just feels like such a desperate tactic for attention that at best you'll pivot this to a FTR match in the tag title tournament. And like what for, like, we're going to air footage of CM Punk and Jack Perry, like two people that we are not, one who is gone from our company and the other who is not even on our programming at the moment. I don't know. I feel this. Yeah, this feels very WCW.
They could have let me just kind of put it out there that they could have just a great idea of how they could blend something like this into storyline. Now, like when we all first saw the graphic, we thought, okay, they're gonna, like, you know, show some something fake, like that they're gonna tease this Punk footage, and instead it'll be like something ridiculous that will directly lead to their next program on screen. These reports coming out that this is actually going to be the real footage it was hard to believe. It was hard to believe for me because I like, people could probably like predict my reaction, because I thought even Adam Copeland referencing the CM Punk interview was
too
unnecessary.
Much. Yeah.
And even that was too much. Instead they go to this.
Oh, we'll show you waiting.
Yeah, they're going to this link to just continue.
This is Eric Bischoff as the tide is turning in 98, challenging Vince McMahon to show up and fight him on a pay-per-view.
They're continuing to announce to the world that we are number 2, and we cannot stop obsessing over the girlfriend who left us. You know, it's sad, even as a promotional tactic, even if they have the most brilliant storyline idea, the fact that they're even using like this, something like this to try to garner interest on Wednesday, it feels really cheap to me. Yes, I know they're heels. Yes, I know they're just kind of these sort of cheesy executive types, but I just, I think this is extremely questionable, just even as a PR move alone for AEW to rely on.
Yeah, I think it is one of those instances as well where I think it does breed bad faith, in that, you know, Tony Khan, to whether you want to defend his public tactics or not, just will not speak when CM Punk is brought up. It was brought up on the media call on Thursday. I cannot talk about CM Punk, but in this instance, when there's value to be had, then we're all in on showing security footage of CM Punk. I don't know. I will watch it on Wednesday and give my honest assessment that night when we do the review. But
we could love it. We could be coming out on here on Wednesday and be like, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was the best thing I've ever seen.
As I'm like, just in my head, how is this portrayed brilliantly? I'm not coming up with too many scenarios in mind. So it does feel like a really just low-hanging fruit tactic of something that, okay, we can pop a number for a week out of this, hopefully. Like, would that be stunning if like this does not even like garner the kind of spike that you would think? Like,
that would be concerning. I mean, I would suggest like focusing on building your characters.
Like, this is an ultimate hot shot. Like, if this does a number, great. It's like you're going to do a week's number, and then what? Do you have more footage to show the next week? It's it's a very strange promotional tactic.
So more on that on Wednesday.